Hi friends, welcome to class. For today's yin and yang class, we are going to spend the first half of class moving through dynamic movement, while we spend the second half of class finding a more passive space where we hold poses for an extended number of time. We'll be exploring our edges throughout this practice, and you are going to need a bolster. You could also use a sofa cushion if you wish, a blanket to pad your knees or to elevate yourself into a higher position, and a pair of yoga blocks. So when you're ready, we're going to get started in a Supta Badakanasana. So press your feet in towards each other. And once you've found your shape, I want you to slowly make your way onto your back. Close your eyes. You can rest your hands anywhere you wish. Just take these first opportunities of class to ground yourself into the present moment. Connect with the natural flows of your inhales and your exhales. Find no attachment to the breath, but find a connection with it. Feel the natural curves of your spine. Let yourself arrive. Perhaps set an intention or a dedication for your practice today. Once you've found yourself in this space, in this present moment, float your arms up, fingers pointing towards the sky. Take an inhale. As you exhale, C-curve your spine forward. On your next inhale, slowly lay down. On your next exhale, begin to rise up. C-curve the spine meticulously. On your inhale, lower. This time as you exhale to reach up, hold it here. Engage your core for 4, 3, 2, on 1, slowly lay your back onto the earth. Take a supported bridge pose in the Supta Badakanasana. Inhale to prepare. On your exhale, drive your feet onto the earth. Engage your glutes. You don't have to rise all the way up. Just do the best range to your physicality. And slowly lower down. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Take a few rocks side to side. And then rock yourself up into this bear stance shape. Windshield wipe the legs, working on this internal rotation and external rotation of the hips. Try to go slow and methodical in your movement here. I want you to imagine as if that left leg is rotating out, is externally rotating out to internally rotate that left hip to meet the earth. Again, go very slow and methodical. And you might notice yourself moving up the mat, and that's totally okay. Just bring an inquisitive nature into your practice today. Inhale. Wherever you are, come back to center. And I want you to just reach your arms forward. Shine out through the heart. Be long and tall from the sit bones all the way to the crown of your head. Hold it here for 3, 2. On 1, plant the palms. Shift back into tabletop position. Take a couple of circles over the wrists. Wrap the triceps in. Externally rotate your arms and your shoulders. And I want you to be animalistic and exploratory in your movement. Try to move from the hips. Find no attachment to how it should look like, but really try to cultivate a feeling and a sensation, because what matters is how it feels like. One last round here. Tuck your toes behind you, press back, downward facing dog. Pedal out through the feet. And if you haven't taken my classes before, please bend your legs in your downward facing dogs. Try to keep an active downward facing dog. And when you're ready, come back to center. Take an inhale to reach your right leg up towards the sky. Bend the right leg. And I want you to roll yourself forward so that the right foot steps to the outside of right hand. Low lunge. Come onto your fingertips if you wish. Pull the collarbones forward as you shift forward and back with the left toes. I like to create some movement in these low lunges. I find that it opens up my inner hips. Drop the left knee onto the earth. Plant the left hand as you reach the right arm up and over. Expand your wings. On your exhale, plant the right hand down. Shift back, modified pyramid pose. And don't worry if the front leg doesn't straighten. You could always keep a bend in that right leg or a bend in that back leg. It's totally up to you. This is your practice to modify or intensify as needed. And always remember that. Slowly lower down that left knee onto the earth. Shift your hips back, tailbone reaches towards the sky, Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Begin to feel that activation in the quad. Shift your hips back as the crown of your head pushes forward. Shift your weight forward, bend through the right leg, plant the palms, step back, downward, facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend the left leg and step the left foot to the outside of left hand. Come onto your fingertips, extended low lunge. Use your back right toes to shift you forward and back and side to side, almost as if your back foot is a rudder in your ship. Pull your collarbones forward. Lower the right knee onto the earth. Plant the right palm as you reach the left arm up towards the sky. Inhale. On your exhale, plant the left palm onto the earth. Press back, modified pyramid pose. Focus on that fold. Begin to slowly lower down that right knee to meet the earth. Press your hips back as you pull the crown of your head forward. Ardha Hanumanasana. Try to maintain a nice long spine here. Really start to create that activation in that left quad. And breathe into your space. Plant the palms as you shift your weight forward. Left foot meets the right, downward facing dog. Inhale to slowly lower down your knees to hover an inch or two away from the earth. On your exhale, I want you to spring yourself forward, unfurl the spine, piece by piece, high plank pose. Slowly lower down onto your belly. Bring your left hand at the 10 o'clock direction and your right hand at the 2 o'clock direction outside of your mat to prepare for oscillating Cobra pose. On your inhale, peel the chest away from the earth. Squeeze shoulder blades down the back body as you rise up. On your exhale, slowly lower. Inhale to rise. Engage your glutes. And exhale to lower. Inhale, rise. And exhale, lower. One last time, inhale to rise. And exhale to release. Bring your hands behind you, thumbs pointing up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the shoulder blades down the back body as you lift yourself up into locust pose. Find your elevation. Reach towards the back of the mat as the crown of your head reaches forward for 4, 3, stay heavy in the hips, 2, on 1. Plant the hands. You could press into child's pose, then downward facing dog, or you could come up into high plank. Downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend the right leg and land the right foot to the outside of right thumb. Low lunge. On your inhale, reach your right arm open. Now listen closely now as you begin to hover that left knee an inch or two away from the earth. Stay strong in your foundation. Come up high onto your left fingertips as you rise up into Archer's Lunge. Try to stay tall through the sit bones all the way up to the crown of your head. Try to scissor in those inner thighs. One more breath. As you take your next inhale, come up into high crescent lunge. Try to stay heavy in the hips. Try to make sure that you're squaring off through the hips. On your next exhale, plant the palms downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts. On your exhale, step the left foot to left thumb. Low lunge. On your inhale, lift your left arm up to twist towards the left. Now begin to hover that right knee an inch or two away from the earth. As you come up high on those right fingertips, rise up into your Archer's Lunge. Again, try to find that scissoring action of the thighs. On your next breath, find your high crescent lunge. Stay heavy on that back right heel. And again, make sure your hips are squaring forward towards the top of the mat. Focus on your balance. Stay connected to your foundations. On your exhale, plant the palms downward, facing dog. Inhale, the right leg lifts. On your exhale, step the right foot to right thumb. Low lunge. Inhale, reach your right arm up towards the sky. Slowly hover the left knee onto the earth. As you pull up into Archer's Lunge. Try to stay long here through your spine. Take an inhale. On your exhale, sink lower into the hips. This time, shift your gaze forward. Reach the front of the room with that left arm as you lean your weight forward, forward, forward to drag those left toes into this funky crouching warrior. Then begin to bend through this left leg. And as the left leg passes that right, I want you to switch your arms so that the left arm goes behind you. Grab a hold of that left leg with your right hand. Find your balance here. Try to get some buoyancy in this right leg. And even if you're hugging this left knee towards you, I want you to imagine as if that left knee is trying to press out into your palm. And from here, let go of this left leg and reach your arms down onto the earth. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot to left thumb. Low lunge. Reach your left arm up. Then begin to hover that right knee onto the earth. Rise up into archer's lunge. Stay heavy in the hips. Stay connected to your foundations. Shift your gaze forward as the right arm reaches forward. Up dog your chest as you drag the right toes into crouching warrior. So bend through that right leg. Get some buoyancy in this left leg. As you reach that right knee towards your chest, the right arm goes back behind you. Ground down on all four corners of that left foot. As you release that right leg, cartwheel your arms, plant the palms onto the mat, downward, facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. On your exhale, right foot to right thumb. Twist and reach your right arm towards the sky. Then start to bend that left leg as you rise into archer's lunge. Shift your gaze forward as you drag your left toes, lift the left leg up. Funky crouching warrior. Then bend that left leg. As you get some buoyancy in this right standing leg, grab the left knee with right arm. This time I want you to lean your weight back. Again, get some buoyancy into that right leg. Now we're adding on to a new pattern here. So imagine your arms are like windmills, and you're just going to bring that left arm down as the left leg reaches back. Revolved half moon. You could use your blocks here to help you with your balance. Left foot reaches towards the back of the mat. Reverse lunge. Left arm reaches up. Try to play with your gaze, to direct your gaze over to your left palm, almost as if you're like a palm reader. One last breath. On your exhale, plant the palms downward, facing dog. Inhale, the left leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend the left leg, step the left foot to left thumb. Inhale to reach your left arm open to twist. Hover the right knee an inch or two away from the earth as you rise into your archer's lunge. Shift the gaze forward. Reach out with your right arm as you drag those right toes to crouching warrior. Then start to bend through that right leg. As you bend that right leg, grab a hold of that right knee with your left hand this time. Shift your weight back. And again, almost like those windmill arms. As you let go of that right leg, make your way into revolved half moon. Again, use the blocks to help you with your balance here. Reach your right toe so far towards the back of the mat to slowly land that right leg. Reach your right arm up, reverse lunge. Work on staying heavy in the hips, staying strong in the feet. Gaze up to your right palm this time. On your next exhale, plant the palms, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. On your exhale, right foot, right thumb. Twist open towards the right. Hover the left knee over the mat. Reach out into Archer's Lunge. Shift your gaze forward as you pull your way into this funky crouching warrior. Then bend through that left leg. Grab a hold of that left knee as the left arm reaches back. Get some buoyancy in this right leg as you shift your weight backwards. Then windmill the left arm down, revolved half moon. Stay active in your glutes, stay active in that left leg. As you reach that left foot down onto the mat, reverse lunge, the left arm reaches up towards the sky. On your exhale, plant the palms, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts. On your exhale, step the left foot to left thumb. Reach your left arm up towards the sky. Hover the right knee an inch or two away from the earth. Pull your way into Archer's Lunge. Shift your gaze forward as you bring that right arm forward, forward, forward. Drag the right toes up, funky crouching warrior. Bend through that right leg as you get some buoyancy in the standing left leg. Bring the right knee up to the chest. Grab a hold of it with your left arm. Lean your weight back. On your next inhale, windmill that right arm down as the left arm reaches up and overhead. Right leg reaches back. Revolve half moon. Point down to the right foot as you make your way into reverse lunge. On your exhale, plant the palms, downward facing dog. Now lower your knees onto the earth, spread them wide. Sit your hips back towards your heels. Child's pose. Take a big cleansing inhale through the nose and audible exhale out through the mouth. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Let your spine roll up nice and tall. Roll your shoulders back. Good news, you have officially made it through the yang portion of class. Go ahead and grab your props. Again, if you don't have a yoga bolster, you can get a sofa cushion. So we're going to take that bolster and use a blanket, again, to pad your knees. And we're going to take our 2 blocks. I like to pad my knees in this portion as we make our way into a dragon lunge. And how I like to place my bolster up is I like to take one of the blocks in its medium height and the other block into its tallest height. Actually, that works out better. Take your block into the lowest setting, actually, and your other block at the highest setting. From here, I want you to step your right leg forward. And again, pad your knee with the blanket. And we're going to rest our left side body onto the bolster as we make our way into this modified dragon's lunge. You can turn out the right toes if you wish, but we're just going to find a moment of calm, a moment of steadiness. You could close your eyes if you wish, and you could adjust your right foot as needed. But again, prepare yourself to hold this for time. Be at your most comfortable depth. There's no need to push yourself. Just breathe here. One more minute. One last breath. Slowly come onto your hands as you lift yourself up from the shape. Now we're just going to switch sides. So adjust your bolster as needed. This time we are going to extend the left leg in front of us as the right side body positions itself over the bolster. Again, reach your most comfortable depth as we hold this for time. I know we worked through and built a lot of heat, and now it's time to let that energy slow down. Try to find a nice and steady rhythm to your breath. And just surrender to the present moment. We need yin and yang to balance out our lives. Because too much yang ends up being very rajasic, which means energy and change. We need these moments of yin to really stretch out the fascia. To be in a more introverted place. And it's a good way to look at the asana side of things, you know. There are extroverted movements and poses, which could be described as the yang practice, and we have introverted poses or shapes called the yin practice. Last 30 seconds here. One last breath. Come onto your fingertips as you slowly rise up from the position. Now we are going to make our way into half straddle, or also known as Janu Sirsasana. And you can Sit on your blanket to elevate you in a more comfortable position. Extend your right leg out as you press your left foot in the inner right thigh. And what I like to do here, and of course you could take it to whatever you desire. You could either use the bolster or you can just fold over this right leg. But I like to frame my shins with the block on its medium height. And I like to take the bolster on top of it. Inhale to reach up. On your exhale, fold over. And again, take whatever modification. Again, find a place where you can hold for time. Keep your right foot flexed. And you could also play with the height of the blocks as well. You could place it into your lowest setting. And you could grab onto your right foot as well if you wish to do so, or if that's part of your practice. But don't clench onto it, just let your right foot be a place where your hands can just meet. One last minute here. And slowly make your way back to your seated position. This time we're going to make our way over to side two. This time extend the left leg out. Frame your blocks at whatever height you prefer. That could be in its lowest, its medium, or its highest setting. Again, it's your practice to modify and intensify. Inhale to get long and tall through the spine. On your exhale, fold over your left leg. Press your right foot into your inner left hip. Really connect with the rhythm of your breath. And for every inhale, you may notice that you melt deeper into the shape. be easy in your physicality. Try to create space. And we're here for one more minute. One last breath. Slowly make your way back to center. Now, if you are sitting on a blanket, you could always roll it up to adjust it to our next shape, which will be a full straddle pose. Now again, this might be unavailable to you, but again, just keep elevating your pelvis in a way that will make the shape available to you. And again, you could always bring your bolster in front of you or rest it on top of the blocks if you need it to. Take an inhale to prepare. On your exhale, begin to fold over. And you don't have to, again, fold into your deepest depth of this pose. Just let your breath work with gravity. Really elevating the pelvis in this shape makes it much more comfortable. We're going to hold the shape for 3 minutes. And in yoga, we like to play our edges. We don't go beyond that. Otherwise, it puts ourselves at risk for injury or disappointment. This practice is an ego check. Rein it in and connect with your breath. Try to send your breath to the adrenals in your back, and creating this 3D breath in the body. We have one last minute. If you find yourself sinking deeper and you want to go further, just as long as it's comfortable for you, you may do so. Take one last breath. Slowly make your way to center. And I want you to just windshield wipe your legs, just as a counter pose to all of those folds that we did. Make your way onto your back. Move your props along to the sides. And you can rest your sacrum onto the blanket if you wish. We're going to hug the knees towards the chest. And take the stack of the knees and bring it over towards the left side. Supine or reclining twist. Let your spine neutralize. And take the knees up and over and bring it over towards the right. Again, try to find a sense of calm and a sense of ease. Make your way to center. And just sway side to side just for a moment. Now for today, we're going to take our Shavasana with the help of our good props here. So you're going to take the blocks over to its highest setting. And you're going to take your bolster on top of the blocks. And again, you could always rest your sacrum or your lower back onto the blanket. And you're just going to rest your legs on top of the bolster. Slowly make your way down and melt into your Shavasana. I like to find this position even when I'm listening to a podcast. Elevating the legs is really great for the circulation of our blood. And it helps us enter the parasympathetic nervous system, that calming and relaxing area of our nervous system that allows us rest and relaxation. Stay soft in your shoulders. Try to process your energy from the beginning of class to this moment right now. This practice makes us kinder to ourselves and kinder to the world around us. Give yourself this opportunity to rest. As always, take as much time as you need in this Shavasana.